Today, my first appointment is a dwelling, commercial risk. Okay, so it looks to be probably an old house from, back in the day. Let me turn that off. But it has been turned into an apartment. And as soon as I was pulling up, the owner called me and said that she's stuck in serious traffic. And it's not even her appointment time. It is 9:45 and the appointment is for 10 o'clock. And I am here early. Of course, I left plenty early because I needed to still pump gas. That same gas I've been talking about. Okay. But I went on ahead and did it. And I knew that I was going to sit there until my tank fills up. Because I know I can go a couple of weeks after I fill the tank up without having to pump. All right. So let me go ahead and do that. Because tomorrow is going to be a doozy. And I did not want to have to be bothered with gas or looking at my gas hand, period. But she said that she's in traffic and she'll probably, she knows she's going to be late. And she was like, it's a good chance I may not even make it for 10 o'clock because apparently she's a good distance out. So she said she's calling the tenant and let the tenant know that I'm here and I can go ahead and knock this out if I choose to. What? Okay. So I'm going to go on ahead and do it and see what they got going on over there. It looks like a cute little cozy spot, but don't know for sure what I'm about to find over here. But I'm going to go and see. Tomorrow I have 6, I think. Let me look. I'm pretty sure if it ain't 6, it's close 5. Okay, I have 5 tomorrow. And it is in Venus. Yes, going to Venus. And so in order for me to knock all of them out, I have to get over there in the morning for at least 9 o'clock. I have to be over there. So yeah, that means I will be leaving plenty early because I will be in the morning traffic. Oh my goodness. But I got to do what I got to do because I told them, sure, I'll go. All right, y'all already know. And I had one that is in Culver City, I think. But for those of you who are familiar with the area, I have one that's in Culver City. But it came in with those. And he's not responding to any of my calls or my emails. So I will be shooting another email once again to the agency who also did not respond. But I can't get anybody on the phone. It's almost like the agency is shut down. Like, I don't know what be going on when that be occurring. But either way, I'm going to contact him and try to put him on another day because it's not the same zip code. All of those 5 are in the same exact zip code. So it's going to be 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Or am I don't want to overstep it. I don't know for sure. I don't want to pull that book out again. But anyway, Culver City, it will be coming back this way. But I knew that once I finished over there, by the time I get ready to come back my way, I'm already going to be in some more traffic. I didn't want to have to stop in Culver City. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to wait and put him in on next week sometime or another. And then this morning, I had 4 more come in for Culver City. Okay. All same zip code as him. So with that being said, I'm going to attempt to set those appointments today and knock them out. And let me tell you something. If he does not respond, that's okay. The building is open space. All right. Take that for what you want to take it for. All right. It will be taken care of when I go over there. I'm not going back. Okay. So, yeah, that would be great for me. So I'm going to go over here right now and see if I can knock this out. Let me find an ID. Any ID. I know I got one somewhere. So that I can put it on and be presentable. Okay, here we go. because I don't want to scare the tenant, even though she says she's gonna call them. I want them to know that, you know, I'm here about that business. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this, and I'm gonna let you know what happens when I come back. See you on the flip. All right, so the owner, well, not the owner, she turns out she's not the owner, she's property manager. She's a brand new property manager, so she don't know much about the units at all. But she didn't show up anyway because she's caught in traffic. So I asked her a few questions over the phone, questions that need to be answered, and the rest I will figure out how to get them done and have them done by end of day. Okay, so I went to one unit, and the tenant, he says, no, she didn't call me, because, you know, she said she's going to call someone. So I go to that unit, and he says, she didn't call me. Can you call her? I'm like, oh, here we go with this. So I called her, come to find out it was another unit. We go in this unit. Well, I go in this unit, and the young lady, very nice, and she made my morning for sure. And she didn't have any of her smoke detectors attached. She said that one of them was giving her problems in the hallway. But I'll go ahead on and put the cap back on it because the batteries are still there or whatever. So she gets in a chair, and I was like, no, you don't have to do that. But she was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead on and put it back because I shouldn't have taken it down anyway. She go to put it back, okay? And it sparks so hard, she almost falls out the chair. Okay, y'all don't even hear what I'm telling you. This house has a wiring issue. Okay, because that should not have happened. All right, how many people take theirs down to replace the battery and put the battery back? Okay, when you go to put it back up there and simply screw it back around to connect it to the roof, to the ceiling, before somebody say roof, to the ceiling, and you shouldn't receive no spark. And when she almost fell out the chair and I caught her, okay, there are wires up there everywhere, and they are loose. All right, so that's why it wasn't working in the first place. Okay, but anyway, on to the next. All right, check you on the flip. So this next one I'm about to do is, of course, an apartment. I bet you guys say, this girl do a lot of apartments. Yes, I really do. I do a lot of apartments. Sometimes it gets real thick with doing restaurants or whatever, but they'll throw me for a loop. And you know, most of the time those are inside of plazas anyway. But yeah, I have an apartment that I'm going to do. I don't have but 3 today, guys. Yesterday I had 4. Tomorrow, as I stated before, I have 5. I normally try to get in at least between 12 and 15 a week between Monday and Wednesday. Those are my norms. Unless, of course, I let somebody convince me to do Thursday. And this week, matter of fact, let me look. See, I ain't even look. Thursday, I have one at 11 o'clock. Okay. So, yeah. 4 on yesterday, 3 today, 5 tomorrow, and then 1 on Thursday. And those be good licks of weeks. Yes, indeed. Throws me over the grands for sure. So now I can tell you that work will slow down for sure. And when it does, it slows down. Like, say, for instance, like what I talked about before with weather or any sort of holiday. Because I'm not going to say for everybody, because I don't know how everybody's workload is. But in my area, certain things will most definitely slow it down. Because during the holiday season, let's say, for instance, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, I thought I was on minimum wage, honey. I don't even know what was going on. Those checks was skimpy, and then it'll be up a little bit, then it'll be down a little bit. I was so glad when the New Year was over and it started popping off. And then here comes the fire. Yeah, but we are back on track. So, anywho, it is now 10:46, and I am at the second location. The first location's appointment was between 10 and 10:30. because she was so insistent on the 10 until I pushed her, like, you know, so I can be as close as I can to this one, because I knew this one wasn't going to take me but about 16 minutes to get to it, and I didn't want to have a dip in between. But I like to give enough time, because sometimes when the people who you are talking to, whoever shows up to meet you at the location, sometimes they talk or they move a little slow or whatever, so you have to give them the extra time. I had no idea she was not going to be able to make it. She did indeed not come, so I had to handle it all by myself, which was good for me, because that means I can and get out of there. But now I'm over here, and this appointment is at 11 o'clock, and it's only 13 minutes now until 11. So I'm going to walk up here. I didn't know it was that close. Thought I was going to get to make some calls. Okay. So I'll make calls somewhere in between time. If I don't, it will be done this afternoon once I get home. But I'm going to walk up here and see, is the person here? Clearly the building looks to be open, and that way I can get it done. I'm going to turn it around and give you guys the opportunity to see it if I can, because guys, let me tell you something. I'm not good with turning the camera around for you guys to see. The one at the end down there that looks creamy, I hope you guys can see it. That's where I'm going. So I'm going to get myself together and head over there. And hopefully the person is not far behind me. Matter of fact, I'm going to call them while I walk up to see if they are actually anywhere near. And that way I can get this one knocked out too and go on to my next. You guys know what I'm about to say. See you on the flip. Okay, so it's another day in the life, guys, for real. All right. This location here, I have an appointment with a property manager, and it is for 11 o'clock. It is now 1 minute till 11 on the dot, and nobody was there when I walked up. I tried to call to verify that he was actually still on his way. I am not receiving an answer. There is no response, and I don't know what's going on. You know what? I don't know really what be going on with some of these people. It's not everybody now, but I have no idea what be going on with some of these people, to where they will tell you they're coming, don't come. And this happens, you know what? Lately, it's been frequent, okay? Where they'll tell you they're on their way, they don't show. They'll tell you, I'll meet you out in front, and you'll be out in front an hour if you waiting, okay? I don't know what's going on, but at least the building was open, okay? This man got me stuttering. At least the building was open, so I was able to go all the way around, get everything that I needed to get around and about that building. But now I am just waiting to see if someone shows. I'm going to give him a few minutes. If he shows, then good. We can go inside of a unit. If he doesn't, then I'll be trying to back on that rat trace to contact to find out some information, because I didn't get the questions answered. All right, so I don't know if I want to call that one for myself or not, but I didn't get the questions answered at all, and there are a few questions that someone's going to need to give me answers to. You know me, I'll chance to turn it in and see what happens, but hey, I'm going to do the best I can to try to get these answers, and hopefully he'll come. If he doesn't, I'm not going to waste any more of my precious time standing around out here in front of this building. I am going to get ready to go. I'm going to give him 10 minutes, and that's because the appointment was at 11 o'clock, and I've already done the outside, so I know it won't take but a moment to go inside. He's not here, then I'm going to have to leave, because I have another appointment, and I just can't be waiting around. I can't wait around all day on someone to decide that they're going to show. All right, so I'll let you guys know what happens, and I hit you on the flip. That was a no-show. Okay, so therefore I am ready to leave and go on and get ready to head to my next location, because it says it's going to take me 34 minutes just to get over there. And you know, I'm in the traffic, I'm in the city, It's a lot of stoplights. For those of you who are thinking I'm just traveling freeway 34 minutes, nah. I'm through the city. There's no way to get there unless I go through the city, okay? And so it's going to take me 34 minutes for all these stoplights. But no, he didn't show up. He didn't call back. There's nothing going on. I called the property management company. No one answered the phone. I have called. You know how sometimes you call the property management and then they'll give you an extension or let you choose from an extension? Well, there isn't but 4 or 5 extensions at this property location. So I decided to just keep calling back. Just keep calling back and clicking for every extension. I done left messages everywhere, okay? Everywhere. And nobody seems to care about me being out here working so hard. Okay. Nobody cares about me being out here working so hard. All right? So then I answered the phone. All right. These people doing too much. Sometimes it's like that, okay? So what you do is you try to find as much information as you can find online based off of some of the questions that you have. A lot of the questions are by observation anyway, so that's a plus, all right? And the major questions you have to try to find online. Now, if I can't find anything online that says anything pertaining to the property updates as far as the electrical and all of that stuff, if I can't find anything, then it's going to be a no on updates, okay? I don't know why they just decide that they just not going to show. Or a lot of times I think some people make appointments just to get you off the phone. They have no intention on coming. And let me tell you something. Some of you may be like, no, because anything could have happened. Nope. Some people have no intention of coming, okay? Especially if they know their location is open, meaning it's not gated around it, and that you ought to be able to get what you need from the outside without my help. You know what I'm saying? Some of them do that. Some of them will tell you that, but then some of them don't tell you that. They just go with that and be like, well, they'll be okay. You know, I got something else better to do. Okay, that reminds me, the other day I had a guy tell me over the phone, I'm gonna say last week. It was one day last week. He wanted to reschedule after we was already at the location. Now, he done told me the day before, send me a text message verifying the next day appointment. I said, yep, see you then. And he was like, great, with a little thumbs up on the text message. And then when we get over there, he doesn't show up. Okay, then he tells me over the phone, he answers, but then he tells me he's not going to be able to make it today. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it today. No, sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, nothing. Just, I'm not going to be able to make it today. I thought I would, but I won't be able to make it. Let's just set it for Thursday. Let's say around noontime. Hopefully I'll be out of my meeting, my luncheon meeting by that time. If not, could you wait on me for just a few minutes? First of all, I didn't even tell you we was going to set your schedule for Thursday of this week at 12 noon. No, sir. I'm here now. Okay. And I go on ahead and handle what I need to handle. So I suggest you take out the time, answer the questions over the phone right now, or I have to turn it in without it. So it's up to you. Let me know what you want me to do so that I can know what to inform your underwriter. I be saying anything to put some pep in these people's step. Okay. But they do that, okay? It's just like I have one that's for tomorrow, that when I started setting, tomorrow I'm going to Venice, okay? So when I started setting the appointments for Venice, I started, I think, around the 3rd of this month. And it is the 18th. Tomorrow's the 19th. So I started setting the schedule early in the month when I got them, because I don't live over there. And they gave me plenty of them. So I knew that I needed to try to get all of those appointments set on one day. So in order to get all the appointments set on one day, I needed to also make sure that I started ahead of time to give everybody enough time to respond to me, for one, to make sure that their schedule is open for 2. And if their schedule is open, make sure that it stays open for that time slot on that day. Period. So that's how I did that, so that I can make sure that when I do decide to make that trip over there, everything will be done one day quickly, swiftly. They're all in the same zip code. It's just a pop, pop around the corner to the next one, a pop, 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 and get out from over there and come on home. I got this one lady that she hasn't been doing a cat and mouse chase. She hasn't been doing that, okay? She's been responding, but the problem is that she keeps trying to insist that day won't work. Do I do them on Saturdays? I've already started setting up appointments for that particular day on a Wednesday. I'm not doing it on a Saturday. I'm not coming. Why would I go back over there on a Saturday? Unless I'm going with a swimsuit on. I ain't got no okay. So I told her, no, everything needs to be done on that same day. And she had a 2-week time span, just like everyone else. And then she'll call me and tell me that day works fine. And then she'll turn around and send me an email, and I'm like, why are you emailing me? And I go and look at the email, and it's the same thing. She switched up again. I'm going out of town, so I decided that I won't be able to make it on that day. Well, she put it that way. She was like, she's going out of town, and I won't be able to make it on that day, so we're going to have to reschedule it. Could you send me your open availabilities? I've been sending you open availabilities, I know, off and on for the past week or so. She just keeps asking me to send her these open availabilities. And every time, if I have time slots, okay, because I need to tighten up. If I have time slots and nobody still has shown up, you see what I'm saying? But when I have time slots and I set them by me going way over there, my first is going to be 9 o'clock in the morning. So first of all, I'm going to be in the morning traffic just to get over there and make sure I'm there on time so that I can knock all of these out, okay? So if I set them at 9, so all the way down, I may do my last one at 2 o'clock p.m. or 2:30, right? Okay, so those are your time slots. So every time I call someone and then they call me back and set theirs in a slot, then that slot goes away. So me being courteous, and thinking of her, I would go in and redo her email. I just go back in and do another reply and let her know this time slot is now filled. Your available time slot still left is this time. Again, this time slot is now filled along with this slot and this slot. Your now available times is this slot and this slot. So then she says, we can do the last slot. Okay, fine. Okay, we ready for that one. I done put her in, told her, good, see you then. Then she sends me a voicemail Sunday. Of course, I didn't hear the voicemail on Sunday because, I ain't working, okay? So then I listened at it on Monday morning, and she says that the person that she was going to send to come, they're not going to be able to come on Monday. So could you send me some more time slots for preferably within the next 2 weeks? You done had 2 weeks. Do you think that I'm going to be dealing with your inspection for a month? No. I gave everybody in that area that's too much. It's too much. So she was like, we can make that work. I can go ahead and give you the get the questions answered for you now, and then I'll call a tenant. I said, call a tenant, because if you don't, I will be over there in that area, and I will get all of the images on the outside since I'm over there, and I have to turn it in without it. She said, no, I'm calling a tenant. So last night she calls me and tells me she has a tenant, but it done took 2 weeks to get that stuff straight. Now I would not be surprised if she contact me again and say, the tenant not gonna be at home. It is what it is. I ain't leaving Venus without them photos. Okay, y'all, let's go to the next location. So I'm almost at the third location, and as of this point, still no contact from the prior location. No one has contacted or anything. So see, when I say they intend on not coming, sometimes they intend on not coming, okay? Could be a simple I forgot, but you know, the professional way to do it is to actually what? Put it on your appointment book. But I did receive a call from, not a call, a text message from this one that I'm going to now, and she's letting me know that she's going to be out front, and I am 4 minutes out. Well, 4 minutes until time for the appointment, and she's on the next corner. So hopefully we'll be able to just knock this out and get out of here. And here we go. Minutes, and there she is. All right, I'll see you guys on the flip. So this is a insured that I have dealt with before. So apparently they have several properties around the city, so it was very easy for me to get the questions answered because she's so familiar with everything that I normally ask anyway, till she had all the answers. Okay, right back there. See the building back there in the corner? That's where I was. All right. So now I am done with it all. And it is 12:22. 12:22. Well, can't get it on. There you got it. 12:22. And I am finished with my 3 for today. I'm so happy. Oh, y'all see that sun? Oh, wait. So I am going to head home now and get these pants off. Yes, I am. And change out and get outside. Oh, yeah. See, can I get a couple of miles on my feet? And then when I get back in the house this evening, I will put in my paperwork and get ready for the rest of the day. Or shall I say, for tomorrow, because the day will be over. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm kabobulated. Thank you guys so much for riding along with me today. And those of you who I have been mentoring, thank you so much for being so nice and polite and following directions and getting out here and making things happen for yourself. Oh, and before I go, one more thing. When you sign up for mentorship, when you go in and click on that calendar, okay, you need to have already did your form and everything and had everything taken care of. I'm not trying to be mean about it, okay, because that's not where I'm going with this. The flow of it is you go in, you decide you want to be a part of the mentorship program, whichever one you want to choose. You click on it to sign up. You put in a note. The note goes to me through email, and I get to read it and see exactly what it is that you're looking for in the program. And once I see what you're looking for, I determine whether I can mentor you or not, and then I'll accept. When I accept, then once you pay for the program, you then go immediately in to set up a schedule on the calendar. Okay. With that being said, I have some of you who have figured out a way to go on the calendar. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I do have a little calendar that's like floating around on my website, but it does say written on the box, clear as day, click and schedule your booking date after payment. Some of you are going in and scheduling on the calendar as a way of holding a space. And some of you are doing it because you don't realize that you're doing it. I don't know, but it's written there clear as day. But for those of you who are doing it because you're trying to hold a space, you know what I'm saying, like holding a seat at a ball game, we can't do that, okay? I didn't realize that it was even happening as much until I started getting a couple of phone calls from people asking me, can they schedule, let's say for instance on a Sunday, and is there a way that I can fit them in on that day, because all of the time seem to be filled and I can't do it any other day but that day. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't have an appointment for mentorship on Sunday. How is my slot filled all the way up? So when I go in there and look, and there are like 2 people, because Sundays most of the time I'm not going to give but 2 slots, and someone has went in and held the upper spot. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Let that go by the wayside. I'm going to have to go in and start paying more close attention to it and actually deleting those spots. If I see that someone has not signed up for the full program from the beginning to the end, and I get a notification and I go in and look at the calendar and someone's sitting on the calendar on a date, but we haven't even talked, I am going to have to take you immediately right back off of the schedule. I'm sorry, but we can't hold spots, okay? I had someone write me and tell me that they had already set up a day. It was 2 weeks out. They had already set up a day, and so now they decided that they wanted to pay for the mentorship. Now, I get that. Sometimes you have to wait. You may not be ready to get it done for whatever your reason may be. I do understand that. But don't go in and just click on a date and try to hold a place for yourself, because that keeps other people who are ready right now to completely sign up and set a date. So I can't allow that to happen anymore. I'm so sorry for those of you who may feel like that it's not right, but I got to do what I got to do, okay? You know, I have to keep the schedule open, okay? Because there are people who are ready right now at this moment to go right into mentorship and learn how to get this job done and get out here and hit the ground running. And I can't have the schedule booked up for Thursday of this week for someone who's just holding the date until Thursday or Friday until after payday, or whatever it may be, whatever the reason may be, and end up not even doing it at all and someone else wanted that spot. So with that being said, you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because you know I'll be bringing you back something later. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.